the other thing about this is, because there's this argument, well, if we all started doing that, there wouldn't be anything left. It's like, you know what? If we all started doing that, we would value these spaces more. We would value these plants more. We would have them in our front yards, our backyards, our alleyways, the boulevards. We'd fill the parks with these types of plants even more than we already are doing now.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't, like everybody getting into this, I feel would cause us to, value them more, grow them more.
Thank you.
And it would just be more abundant.
Yeah, very good point, Malcolm. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Other point I'd like to make, I'm born and raised in the city. I have lived out in the country. I love the country. I love being in nature. It's really where my soul, feels at home. And I also love the city. And I was chatting with this woman, Rosita Arvigo, quite a famous herbalist. She started rainforest medicinals. She's written books about rainforest medicine. She was kind of born and raised in the States, met one of the last of a lineage of kind of a Mayan Elder. He was 90 when they met, and she worked with him after quite a while of kind of courting him to be his apprentice, to pass on this knowledge. Between 90 and 103, so 13 years, they work together, learning all that wisdom and that knowledge. And she spends half her time between Belize and half her time in Chicago. And we had a nice little connection when she came by the shop yesterday. And she was telling me how much she loves Chicago and that it's one of the most diverse places for plants. And I had this revelation when I was in Los Angeles a couple of years ago as well, where you think pick two big giant cities like Chicago, LA, right? The first thing you don't think of biodiversity, you don't think of plant life. But those cities, from her testament and my experiences and observations in LA, is wow, what a mecca for plant life. For her, she's saying, here's a place that's got more than 100 feet of incredible topsoil that the city was built on top of. Los Angeles has got the climate, but people plant stuff,
yep.
Right? And they like nice things in different varieties. And within Los Angeles area, easily, I don't know what the multiple times it would be, there is far more biodiversity in the city of Los Angeles than, the kind of native wild areas around there. And I think both are beautiful. Both are examples of, okay, let's have some wild spaces that's indigenous native plants. And, within our own little kind of bubbles and ecosystems that we create, whether they be your yard or whether they be, cities that we inhabit, there is that opportunity to, plant a variety of species that are beautiful, that are useful. And in a city, we can have an incredible amount of biodiversity. And I think,